this particular one, it's even if you're on Facebook with me, I have that as my favorite quote on Facebook. It's not just what you don't know, it's also what you don't know that you don't know. Now think about that. When that was first said to me in 1997, here in, not in this classroom, we were on the other side where it was actually warm. When I read that, it took me just a little bit to have it all sink in, because I realized, you know, as I said earlier, I was an auctioneer for a long time before I joined my state association, before I joined national. I mean, I knew enough. I had a business degree. I knew enough to run our business. I knew enough to take care of things. I knew enough of this and I knew enough of that. But the things that I did learn from other auctioneers or from classes that I took or from whatever made a huge difference. I mean, if you look at a graph, our business completely changed after I started attending and joined the organizations. Completely changed. And it changed completely again after CAI. Well, here I thought I knew a lot of things all those times, but that first line, it's not just what you don't know, it's also what you don't know that you don't know. That was me. I mean, there was a terrific amount. So I hope that this means as much to you later on as it does to me, because simply there's a lot of information out there that we don't know, that we don't think we need, but it's here for us if we want to use it. The important information is the information you don't have. The important questions are the questions you can't answer because you don't know about it, so you can't get into it. So think about that one. That's my favorite quote, and works out pretty good. Well, we've kind of talked about it. We've kind of showed that not everybody thinks alike. We're all just a little bit different. So what I want you to do, we're going to talk about cats. I want you to think about a cat. I want you to think about how much it weighs. I want you to think about what color it is. And I want you to think about where it's at. Okay? What color cat are you thinking about?
Calico.
Calico cat. Where's it at?
On the back of the sofa laying
On the back of the sofa laying down. And how big is it?
About 4 pounds.
About 4 or 5 pounds. Russell.
White.
A white cat.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
Doing the same thing Earth is doing.
Laying on the back of the couch. How big is it?
10 pounds.
About 10 pounds. Okay? Way back here to Corny. Thought you could hide me out of it, but Zach, what color cat?
Black.
Black cat. Where's it at? On top of the refrigerator. And
It's about maybe 6 or 8 pounds.
6 or 8 pounds. Okay, I got 3 different cats, 3 different people, 3 different answers. I asked it one time to a class, and I said, what color is it? And he said, yellow. And I said, okay, where's it at? He said, out in the field. And I said, how much does it weigh? And he said, about 7,000 pounds. You know, not everybody thinks alike. So the reality is, decisions are not made the same way either. We all think about things just a little bit different, how we want to present them, how we want to do them. But we all do it our way. And we have to think about how to do it with people their way, not our way. That's the secret to all of this. How do we think about it their way? So we want to make a presentation fitting with them. Why do some people make fast, impulsive decisions? Some people don't make slow decisions. Some people can't decide. I'm one of those that can't decide. Somebody says, where do you want to go eat at? We might as well start talking about breakfast, because we're not going to have dinner that night, because if it's up to me, you know, I just go with the flow. Used to irritate my kids to no end until they finally figured out why Dad's the way he is. I don't care. I mean, I'm a high S. We support people. Do you care where you go eat at? Doesn't matter. Doesn't make any difference at all. That's just kind of the way it is. Why are some people easier to approach and communicate with, and others seem awkward to work with and more difficult to understand? Because there's basically different personalities. So as we work with these different personalities, as you learn them, you'll learn how to work with them. You'll learn how to let them do what they need to do. We had another case where, what time's the first break? Are C-type personalities. They like to crunch numbers. Now, one time I was headed, you know, in our area, you know, we drive 3 or 4 hours just to have lunch with somebody. I mean, it's just part of the routine. So I'm headed down to a meeting to meet with a lady about selling her property. Now, and I carry an auction box that's got all my information and stuff in it that I can give to this person. And I'm about an hour and a half on my drive down, about a 3.5 hour drive. and I remembered I left my auction box in the garage. I didn't have it with me. Well, I could turn around and be late, or I could just go on and have the meeting. I opted to go on and have the meeting. I get there, presentations are fine, everything went well in the very beginning. And then I said, so where are you from? And she said, well, I moved up here from California. We decided the weather's not as great as we thought it would be, and you know, a few things like that, and we want more sunshine, whatever, so we're going to go back. And I said, what'd you do in California? And she said, I was an accountant. Well, right then, I knew I was in more trouble than I can imagine, because my auction box with all the charts, with everything there, the brochures to back me up, whatever it was, I didn't have any of it. So I went ahead and made my presentation, and she said, do you have anything you can leave with me? And I said, well, it's all on the internet. We've kind of converted to that now. Wasn't true. I just didn't have it. Never got a call back. I knew I wasn't going to get the call back because I wasn't prepared when I got there. That's a terrible story, terrible thing to say, but it's what happens. And I knew it as soon as she identified herself as an accountant, because most of them generally are high C or high C up there. So know who you're talking to and know how to identify. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is identification. So it can help you out. It's going to make you do that much better, and you can do that much better your presentation. When you greet somebody, just talking to them, you can find out more about them. And your spouse, significant other, your kids, anything else you want to do it with, you can pick up a little bit more about it. That's my contact information. I've been an open, anybody can call me anytime.